Hey drumming friends, in this video I want to talk about a very cool groove by Vinnie Colaiuta. So if you're a Vinnie fan or you've heard of him, awesome. If you haven't, look him up. From the artist Sting, the album 1993 called 10 Sumner's Tales, and the song is called 7 Days. Now the song is in 5/8. I've actually seen it written in 5/4 as well, but let's just focus on the top number being 5. Now the vibe that's happening, that we could sort of take the skeleton version of this beat, is if I was to just play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and, that's going to be my round, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. So for someone who hasn't done that before, maybe start with that, okay? We're going to put the bass drum on the 1, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and, okay? The cross stick, which is our good friend right here, he also plays part of the song with it on the snare drum as well, but the cross stick is mainly the backbeat sound you're going to hear in 7 Days. So we could get away with this. This is not the beat, but we could get away with this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay? So that'll work. Okay, that's not what Vinny's doing. Vinny, being the genius that he is and has been since before I started playing drums, he's actually creating a pulse on the hi-hat that feels like the hi-hat's in 4/4. Now you're thinking, what? What do you mean? Well, what Vinny does on this example is he goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. Now if I do that without counting, it sounds like I'm playing 16th notes accenting the quarter note. Okay, so it sounds like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and. I mean, if you have to practice that, that's fine, but we have to put this into this cycle of 5. The cool thing is it's a 2-bar pattern, and over the 2 bars, there are 5 accents. Ooh, Vinny, you're magical, man. The first bar, you're going to hear the odd numbers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and, okay? So the accents are on the 1, 3, and the 5. The second bar, second measure, same thing, you're going to hear the accents on 2 and 4, on the even numbers of 5. So all said and done, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. So some of you that never experimented with this beat before might be thinking, how do we put that other part in there? Well, it's not easy, but with practice, everything will come, right? Remember, it's not hard, it's new. That's always been my saying. It's not hard, it's new. So I'm going to start off playing without the pulse on the hi-hat, and then I'm going to add the pulse. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. So that's a little tricky, and he's actually going a bit faster. When you hear the song, you hear. Now, for some of you that may have played this before, you might be thinking, Mike, you're missing a bass drum. Well, you know, it's interesting because I had a student, an advanced student of mine, bring me this chart that he found on the internet. And originally the bass drum was written just on the 1. I know you probably can't see this, but the teacher that he had, I think he took a couple lessons with somebody, had written in an extra bass drum on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and, because you hear the keys going bum bum boom boom, right? Under the microscope, you don't hear that second kick drum. You can play that kick drum there if you want. The kick drum police won't come chasing you. Some manuscripts, transcriptions, like for example here, it's not written, but the teacher he had wrote it in. So, well, I'm not going to say that either one is right or wrong. I'm going to let you make that decision. So, 7 Days by Sting off the album 10 Sumner's Tales. Sumner being Gordon Sumner's last name, Sting, his real name. A little bit of police trivia there for you. That wonderful groove. And he does so many crazy things in this song. At one point, I'd like to learn it note for note and try to put it on my YouTube channel or something, but that may be a little bit down the road. But the idea is to try to get this 1, 2, 3. Very cool groove. I hope you have fun with that and challenge yourself even if you don't like the song. Have fun. See you soon.